So, friends and family, traders, friends and family team from around the entire world. My name is Jeremy Alexander Newsome, and this is Jada Willis. She lives in Las Vegas, and she is a recent acquaintance of mine. She's one of the best friends of Svetlana, who all of you obviously know. And she has a really, really cool profession, skill set, and talent. And I want to share that with all of you because January here at Real Life Trading is Extra Income Month. So I wanted to share what Jada does, how she got started, why she does it, how she creates awesome cash flow for herself and for her family, and how she does it, and some tips and tricks that every one of us is going to learn, things that we might have never thought of before, which is fashion. You notice as soon as this webinar started that Jada's looking fly. All right. You're like, this girl is on fire. Jada, what is it specifically that you specialize in?
I am a personal wardrobe stylist. So that means, well, for me, my niche is helping professional women who are looking to get to the next level in their career. So whether they're looking to get a promotion, they're going into entrepreneurship, they are newly divorced, newly married, whatever it is that's taking them to the next level in their life, I'm helping them look like the vision that they have. It's really important to me that people spread the message that they want to spread. And so I help them doing that, starting with their attire, if you will.
Why is attire important for that?
Well, as we all know, like we all make decisions based on first impressions. So, I'm sure when Jeremy saw me the first time, he had an impression. And to
me, a good one.
If you I'm thankful. Same here. But it's important that when you are looking to get into a certain role, so let's just say you want to get into that executive management level, they got to see you as executive management for those people who are getting ready to hire you, right? So if you don't look like you're on the team, you got to make some moves in order for them to help see it. Help them see it, because you already know, you've got the vision, you know where you want to go. And so that's because first impressions are so important. I want people to make sure that whatever they are trying to say, they say it.
I like that. That's interesting. Do you help guys also or just girls?
I do. Okay. I have a strong passion for helping women. I do a lot of volunteering at Dress for Success, so that's kind of where that has been birthed. But I do help gentlemen. In fact, as my business has been growing, I've actually taken on a few gentlemen who's just like, look, I'm ready. Let's do it. So absolutely.
So when you say like professional stylist, what does that mean? What's your role with that? Is it phone calls? Is it Zoom meetings? What does that look like?
So I typically, pre-COVID, I meet with women in their closets where all the magic starts to happen. It normally starts with a phone call, discovery call, people saying, I don't have any style. How do you help me? And it really is a conversation about what they want to do with their lives. Like, tell me what's going on. Tell me who you are. Tell me who you're looking to be. And then from there, we start in the closet seeing what is not in alignment with who they say they want to be. And we either get it, right, through shopping,
sure,
or we take it out of the closet because it doesn't fit, doesn't match, doesn't fit with who they are or where they're going. But it always is a personal appointment. After COVID, I've obviously had to pivot. So I'm doing a lot more Zoom meetings, especially with clients that I have I have clients from Vegas all the way out to Philly. And so unfortunately, it's not as easy to hop on a plane and come see them. So we are doing a lot via Zoom, and it works well. I can't touch and feel like I want, but I've become very good at explaining what I'm what I want them to look for as if I were there.
Got it. And how'd you get started in this?
In college, I had an opportunity to do an internship in LA, And spending time in LA got me thinking like, all right, I'm about to graduate soon. What are we going to do? Because I really thought with my degree that I'd be running some Fortune 500 company. But I really enjoyed fashion. But let me tell you what I wasn't going to do, Jeremy. I wasn't going to go back to school and spend another $80,000 on fashion school because it's
Smart,
not happening. Hmm?
smart.
What'd you say?
That was very smart.
Yeah. So on a beach, I just kind of just figured, I was like, well, if I could just wake up and do this and not get paid for it, what would it look like? So I continued to churn my wheels. And when I came back to Vegas after school, some friends and I were sitting around and thinking about like what we were going to wear. And they were like, oh, I like your outfit. It was like, well, this is actually your outfit. So my friends actually helped me start a clothing exchange event in which I got all my friends' clothes together. I edited them, which means I took out all the stuff that wasn't great. And we left all the stuff that was fantastic. And they came and they shopped each other's closet without being in each other's homes. And I started to make that into a community event in which we were able to help with the proceeds that came from it. We would help other organizations in town. From there, it just kind of was like, look, I love this. How do I get paid for it? And I looked into being like, or whatever that was. And I found out it was a personal stylist. I decided that I would get a little bit more education. I went back to LA to take a certification from the School of Style, where it's not for designers, it's for people who can put clothes together, because I can't draw a thing. People are like, oh, can you design me a dress? No, can't do it.
Not me.
Not me, but I can put it together. So after I got that certification, I let people know what I was doing. I was cleaning closets to help people, get their lives together in their closets. And people began to hire me, and I would help them. I would show them how they could use the things that were already in their closet to style. Because a lot of people were just like, I didn't know I could put that together.
Yeah.
And it really, from there, I kind of launched my business, Taylor St. Clair.
I love that, which is such a unique and interesting skill, but it's one that probably a lot of people have that they don't know they have, or that they have that they're not benefiting from.
I agree.
You know,
There's a lot of people out here that get it, but along with dressing well, you have to understand mindsets, right? Because that is what I come up against the most often, is the mindset is, why are you not here? Why do you feel like you need to keep things that are old and rat-tatted and ill-fitting? And so you start to get into the psychology of how this person views themselves, how they, what they think, they're supposed to look like. And so it really became a little bit deeper than just playing in clothes. You have to have an understanding of people and a lot of compassion.
Yeah, you went deep quick. I like that. So wait a minute. So there's psychology in this too?
A little bit.
So help us with that. Go into this more. Like you gave us like a little bit of a tip. Give us some tips on like, how does this psychology of what you wear impact who you are and how you feel?
Okay. So for instance, I actually did a video on this the other day, and that was workout wear, right? So a lot of people will hold on to those freebie t-shirts that they get from organization walks, 5Ks, volunteering, whatever. And they just hold on to it and they keep it. And not that they're bad shirts, but they're not great for working out, right? So, but people will just like, I got to hold on to this. And my intention this year, like people will say, my intention this year is to get fit, get healthy, and work out. I'm like, okay, fantastic. Show me your workout wear. And it's all of these freebie t-shirts and old sweats. I said, okay, what do you wear to clean the house? Sweats and a t-shirt. Well, when you look in the mirror, how do you know? Like if someone else was to see you, like when you're doing. But if you are wearing workout wear and you see yourself in the mirror, you're like, wow, I'm looking like a Nike commercial.
Yeah.
Go, let's do it.
Sure,
right?
Sure.
And when you work out I found when you work out in the gym and you see yourself looking good, sweating it out, and looking like an athlete or looking like you belong in the gym, that you work out harder and you are actually bringing into fruition what you intended. And so when people
Blew my
are,
mind. I've never thought about that ever.
I mean, this is real. And
What?
so that's why I'm like, the message that you're sending yourself is the first message that's super important, right? What do you see when
Mm,
you look in the mirror?
mm.
A lot of times people are telling me that, well, I've never had, I feel bad when I buy new stuff because I have stuff in my closet already. But if
Okay.
it's not anything that makes you happy, then why hold on to it?
How do you know if it doesn't make you happy?
Oh, you can go, if you do this in the closet, you scroll past things in your closet when you're looking for something to get dressed.
That's not a
And
good thing,
no,
huh?
I'm not just talking about just a random day, right? Like
Yeah.
you may not want to wear a blue sweater today,
Yeah. Yeah.
but maybe you'll wear it later on in the week. But I'm saying you've passed that blue sweater for 3 years. And
So you're always doing this.
you're always doing this. It doesn't bring you anything. But you know that there are pieces in your closet. It could be a t-shirt. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. But every time you see it, you're like, I love this shirt. I love this jacket. I love how I feel. I love the memories in it. Like it fits well every time I put it on. I get a lot of compliments. I feel like a rock star. Those are the things that make you happy.
You've seen my ugly sweater, right? My ugly sweater competition sweater. Has Fed ever shown you that or no?
No.
Okay, I'll have to show it to you. Well, it's hideous, but it brings me so much joy. I will never get rid of it. It was a $5 buy at Goodwill. It's the ugliest thing I've ever seen, but it is amazing. I only wear it like 2 or 3 times a year, obviously.
Yeah.
Maybe, but it's it's just one of those things where if it's the right time, the right place, at the right party, I'll wear that outfit.
Yes.
But you're right. It doesn't have to be like it's something specifically special. It just has to bring you joy.
It just has to bring you joy. So I always make fun of that Marie Kondo lady. I have read her book. It's an excellent book.
Yeah.
But she's talking about sparking joy. And I was like, there's real to that. There's definitely truth to that. And it is amazing when people clean out their closets, just like you and I, Jeremy, had taken a course where we had to throw out quite a few things from the rooms in our closets and our rooms in our house. And there's a lightness that happens. You know, when you're throwing out things that you didn't even think of. This is like, why am I holding on to this? I don't need this.
Right.
You know, and it happens every single time I get with a person in their closet. There's just this sigh of relief, like, why was I holding on to that? And the reason you didn't realize that there was a weight in there is because clothes hold energy.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the hard things for me when I was doing it is I had a bunch of hats from my nephew Donovan still in my closet. And I was like, I don't want to get rid of those because, those are one of the things that I remembered him by.
Yeah.
But, because every time I went into the closet, I would see those hats and I would think about him. But yeah, you're right. Like that, it did bring an energy. But in the instance of instead of those hats, I could have a picture and I could donate the hats, and just get past it, move on. And it's hard to do that. Like if you lose someone that you really truly care about, you want to have some like remembrance of them. But those clothes might not be the best way. Is that your experience?
I think there needs to be a balance. You can't have a closet full of memories that bring you a certain set of sadness. If they don't bring you happiness, then to me, I think they need to find another home. I also value the space in your closet as real estate, and you don't want to have things taking that shouldn't.
That's such a good point. I never thought about that. Yeah. Well, because I'm just not a closet guy. Like I go in my closet for like maybe 9 seconds and then that's it. But you're right. Like that could be a space where if it's lighter and happier and freer, then it probably draws another energy from your room or your bedroom or your closets and it extends that energy.
It does. If you think about it, after, prayer and meditation, brushing your teeth, like the first place you spend time is your closet because you got to get dressed. I mean, if you want to keep it legal. So you spend time in there. And a lot of people don't realize that a bad day can start there. If you can't figure out what you're going to wear, it makes you late for work. And then you gotta, you're speeding to get there and didn't get your coffee. Like it just spirals, right?
But no one ever thinks about that as a closet, as clothes and the time. That is wild.
It's like a bad day. But even if you have a not so great day and you look good, you can find a silver lining.
Mm-hmm.
Because I bet you somebody gave you a compliment, or you just felt a certain way, you felt good when you walked into a room, no matter what else was happening. And again, I'm speaking from a woman's standpoint because I work with a ton of women, right? But a compliment goes a long way. So no matter what's happening in the day, I've found that if a woman is complimented, it'll give her a little bit of joy in the day.
Okay, I like that. So we have 5 women here who are in the live audience. Ladies, make some noise. Yeah. All right. So
hey,
give us, since there's 5 women here, give us 5 tips for women specifically, just something really off the top of your head that you feel would help them with their wardrobe.
Okay, my first one, and this could be for guys and gals, but definitely gals. Put on a third piece. And when I say put on a third piece, I mean find a jacket, a sweater, a statement necklace, a hat, something that takes your top and bottom to the next level. Because people are always like, well, I want to feel more put together. And a lot of times that just starts with adding something additional to your outfit. So if you are not a person, if you're just a person to put on a top and a pair of jeans, are you wearing a belt? And is that belt cool? I mean, does it, have some design on it? Or can you add a hat? Can you add a nice necklace? Can you add something else that shows that you tried?
I like that. Okay. Did you even try today? All right.
Yeah. Good, I don't have a jacket on today, but I'm a big jacket, cardigan, vest person. I love an additional piece because it almost feels like armor to me. And I always tell people I dress superheroes. So I want to look like a superhero myself. So I put on a piece of armor.
I love that. Okay. That's a great one. What's another one?
Let's see. Know your measurements. This is good for guys too. Know your measurements. A lot of us are shopping online now, and a medium in one store is not a medium in another store is not a medium in another store. So know your measurements so that you don't have to send stuff back, because if you're like me, outside of work, I hate sending stuff back. But if I know my measurements, there's a great chance that I won't have to do that. And so once you do that, you'll know your brand, and then you won't have to think about it as much. Like if you're a J. Crew type person, or if you, I don't know, I'm losing my brands right now, but if you're a Levi's person, you'll always know your measurement. Yeah. And you won't have to worry about it so much. Or if somebody says, oh, this runs small, you know what that means and where you need to go. With that, my third tip would be understand your body type. This is good for men too. I go into that with my clients. Like, I know you see something on a hanger in a store and it looks really good and you feel like you can get into it because it's your size. But if it doesn't flatter your body, if your body size or your body shape, I should say, not body size, but body shape, then there's a good chance you're not going to love it when you get it home or when you try it on. So women are trying to create the hourglass shape, but most of us don't have the hourglass shape. So we have to do things to fake it till we make it, right? Or just fake it, because maybe some of us are built with broad shoulders or, great hips, and and everything else seems to be a little bit out of proportion. So you have to do things. You have to wear jackets or belts or wide bottom pant or wide leg pants in order to fake the look. But when you know your body shape, it's easier to dress it and to get that shape, to get that look.
I like that. So
all right.
One of those, you had 2 more, but one of those tips spurred a question for me that we can come back to the tips later if we need to. But I'm a proponent, or at least a fan, of wearing the same thing the same day of the week to remove the amount of time I think about it. So this is my Wednesday shirt.
Yeah.
So on Wednesdays, you're gonna find your boy wearing this. Now you can make fun of me. It's fine. I know. Is there any pros to that? to like save time and to make it efficient. Like if it's like, obviously this shirt looks amazing on me.
You look fly, but you stay fly.
But what do you think about that? Is there any pros or cons to that? Because I've heard that Steve Jobs like wore black turtlenecks all the time. Mark Zuckerberg wears the same thing. I know people that wear like the exact same thing on different days of the week. Is it good or bad?
Yeah. No, there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what works for you in your life, there really is no issue with that. My thing is keep it clean, make sure that it doesn't look like it's worn, like it's, the thread is getting bare or it's pilling. Just always make sure it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
And if it feels like you, then fantastic. And you keep it looking, sharp, fantastic. The biggest pro to that is that you've saved time and you didn't have to hassle over what you were going to wear.
Yeah.
So no, there's no problem with that. For many of my clients, we talk about a style uniform. And so that is the thing that they always gravitate to. It's like, wow, Diane Keaton, if you guys are familiar with Diane Keaton, the actress, you will always find her in like a white button-up shirt with a great collar. She wears a lot of white and black. That is her uniform. So when you go in her closet, you're going to see a ton of those things because that's what fits her personality. That's what makes it easy for her. Now, she may have skinny pants or black jeans or a black skirt but whatever it is, she's you know what the uniform's going to be. And when she wears it, you'll be like, yeah, that's you. Now, if she came out in a leopard cat suit, you'd be like, what's happening here?
Yeah.
It doesn't fit her style uniform. So style uniforms are a thing. And that's what Steve Jobs has. That's what, Mark Zuckerberg has. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. I can respect that. So instead of 2 other tips, can you give us 2 things that we definitely shouldn't do as men or women? Because I've heard like, don't wear white before Labor Day. I don't even know if that's a thing, but is there anything like, are there things we definitely should not do?
You definitely should always look as polished as you can. And I say that because I know a ton of people who do not own an iron or a steamer. And I feel really strongly about if you want something from someone in this world, whether it's a cup of coffee or a job or what have you, like you have to present yourself in a certain way. So a lot of us are working from home and it's just like, look, this shirt is wrinkled to the ends of the earth, but I'm gonna put it on anyway. Okay, but if there's a chance that you have to see anyone, steam that mug out.
Yeah, steam it out.
Always be as put together as you can be, and that's where stylists come in to help you understand what that is, and in the next degree. But that is one of my don'ts. It's just like always look as polished as you can be. That's my personal thing.
Love that one. All right.
A second thing that you don't do, because I try not to like say that there are all these rules. Wear what makes you happy. I know I've already said that, but wear what makes you happy. I was having today, because we're going to watch the inauguration. I had my kids, I said, hey, today's a special day. We're going to watch some history being made. I want you to dress up for it. So I said, put on something that feels a little dressed up to you. And they did. And they put on a polo, but my son decided he wanted to wear a long sleeve shirt under the polo along with Nike sweats.
Oh man.
And I said, this is dressed up to you? And he says, yeah, this feels really good. I like it. I had to respect it.
Yeah, I can.
Because it's what made him happy today.
Totally.
My son decided to put on a Nike shirt with a blazer. I said, this what makes you happy? He said, I feel real good, Mom. Makes you happy.
Exactly. Yeah, I love it. And that kind of brings me back to the thought when you said that the first impressions, that obviously that we know how important they are, but most of the first impressions that you have are subconscious, meaning you don't look at someone and judge them and go, I don't like that person. And you might, I'm not saying you don't, but I'm saying a lot of times your brain will just create judgments like as quickly as possible. So if someone looks at you and you have wrinkled clothes on or whatever, they might go, subconsciously, not even like a conscious thought. Your deep,
Yeah.
deep brain could go,
Yeah.
they don't care, they don't pay attention, so you treat that person differently.
That part.
Yeah, and that's the
That-
thing that I've absolutely noticed, because I do dress intentionally a little different than most people in Wall Street. I try to break that mold because I
Yeah.
don't want to be the guy in a suit and tie,
Right.
intentionally. So when people see me, they are a little bit taken back because I'm usually in flip flops when I'm doing something. But I want that to be abrasive because
Yeah.
of the industry that I'm in, and it's a statement. I actually love suits and I love dressing up. But if I'm in a suit, I'm probably doing it at like a party or a friend's gathering or a wedding or something that I love going at. I want to dress up and look beautiful.
Yeah.
But you have to know these things ahead of time. Like you said, wear the things, like you said, that really make you happy, but also understand that people, as judgmental as a lot of people are, it's usually
Mm-hmm.
subconscious. It's not something that they would think
Thing.
consciously on a normal
This
level.
is true. And we were born with that, right? That was
Yep.
a part of our survival as humans. So it's that happens. Um, Something that I like to share is that if you are a person who are you're trying to get to the next level of where you are, and you've got to get in the room, whatever the room is for you, right? You have to respect the space. So Jeremy, I would say, while you were growing your business, while you were learning, that there was probably a time where you wanted to make sure that you could garner the attention of the people that you needed in the room. And so you probably dressed a certain way so that you could have a conversation with them, right?
Yep.
And then when you got to a certain point, and not to use this term, but yeah, when you made it and you can make your own rules and do things your own way, this is what you get, because I already know I am where I want to be. So now I'm running by my own rules. But sometimes we're in spaces where we got to play the game to get into the room so that we can be the rule maker.
That's my girl. Absolutely right. You nailed it. You nailed it. And we have to know that, because it doesn't matter if it's a job or you're doing a presentation, because again, the job interview, it's a big one. I don't know if anyone's watching this will be doing a job interview anytime soon, but don't overdress it. Like, just be you. Like, if you don't want to wear a tie to an interview, but you have an amazing, nice, polished white, crisp collar and a gorgeous blazer with a nice little pocket, you don't have a tie and you look
Yeah.
fresh and you speak well and you talk well, like, they're not going to care that you don't have a tie. It really is
Right.
about you. Like, you have to understand who you are and you have to let you represent yourself as much as you
Exactly.
can.
When you feel like, people can tell when you're uncomfortable or
Yeah.
that you are, something just seems off. So to me, it's like, not only do you want to be comfortable in front of other people, but are you comfortable with yourself? You know,
Mm-hmm.
if my message is off, if I came in here and I was sitting here in like a full-on suit, which is something I haven't done since I worked in corporate America, like, I would be super uncomfortable, and I would think I would come off as a phony, actually. But I feel comfortable, I feel good. And when I look at myself in the mirror, I was like, yeah, you a stylist.
You got this. Yeah.
Yeah, and it pushes you further, and my message is in alignment with what I would like for you to know about me.
Love that. Love that. So one of my last few questions, let's talk about temperature. Meaning, like, is it really hot or is it really cold outside? Because one of the things that kind of, when I was younger, persuade me to dress a certain way is I sweat a lot. And if I put on a bunch of clothes, like, it's always hot. I was in Florida all the time, and Florida is miserable always. So
You know about Florida.
I know a lot about Florida.
I
Florida
lived
is,
for 6 years.
yeah. So tell me about that. Like, how do we dress in places that are just unbearable? Like, if you're gonna have a bunch of nice clothes on, are you throwing
Yeah.
them on and it's 118 degrees with 94% humidity?
Yeah. I mean, Vegas is that way as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that's where you first understand yourself, right? If you sweat a lot, yeah, let's not walk around in 3-4 pieces. That's never going. You'll take your own life, like, basically.
Don't do it. Yep.
Right, don't do this. But there are other ways to show your style, without having to layer up like that. So if it is hot outside, maybe you're just accessorizing with watches and jewelry or a great hat. And then if you want to put on a jacket, wait till you get inside, because 9 times out of 10 it's going to be cooler inside. So that's what I would do. I'd have a tank top on or a camisole on, and have my outfit on. I hated having to wear pantyhose when I was in the office. Fortunately, I don't have to live that life anymore. But get to the office, get to the place that you're going, get to your meeting, and then put on whatever the third is.
Good point.
If it's cold outside, to me, the sky is the limit. Have a nice overcoat,
Yeah. Cold places.
You can layer up as much as you want.
Sure.
But yeah, when it's hot, man, don't die. Be sensible. Be sensible.
Makes sense. All right. Another quick question. Right now, we are living in a world where we're not leaving, and we're doing Zoom meetings, and no one's going anywhere except for these awesome people in this room, because we're badasses.
Because you are badasses, guys.
That's right. So I know it sounds obvious, but how should we dress when we are at home all the time and we don't have to go anywhere? So I want to put on my sweatpants, and maybe a shirt. What do you think about this?
I think that if you're just at home and you're not having to work, do you? But I always encourage people who have to occasionally go out, grab things, occasionally hop on a Zoom call, occasionally have to pop in during distance learning to see their teachers, to put some clothes on, legit. Now, you don't necessarily have to, be dressed as if you were leaving to go sit in an office, but have some great loungewear, ladies. It could be some great joggers and a relaxed shirt, and then pop on a necklace, pop on some earrings, give the people something to look at.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, I would say the same thing. If you're comfortable in sweats, why not have a nicer pair of sweats on? If you have to, see someone, wear a shirt, make sure the beard looks nice, the hair is combed, put on a watch. If my husband's in beads, he'll put on his beads, even though he's sitting in the house teaching.
Yeah.
It just this way, you never have to be like, oh, let me go change so I can run and go get some milk from the store.
Correct.
Or let me put on something else because I need to go help my kid on screen with the teacher.
Yeah.
You're always ready to go.
What I'm hearing you say, if I'm correct, Jada, is try to be the best version of you all the time. So
you got it.
if you're at the house and you don't think anyone's watching, it's that's fine, but you still want to you want to try, because that trying is going to tell your brain, I care, I matter, I'm valuable, I'm important.
I'm at, and look, if you are living with someone, you're living with family, you're living with a roommate, someone's always watching.
Yeah.
And my kids will say, "Oh, mommy, you look so nice today." And that's actually inspired them to getting dressed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They are intentional. I don't love everything they put together, but they're very intentional about it. And they watch their father, who has his own really cool, Brooklyn bohemian style. They see him intentionally get dressed, and they do so. So it always makes me know that I'm kind of always on stage, even when I don't intend to be. Not even when I don't intend to be. My kids are watching. My husband sees me. Oh wow, you look really cute. I was I'm just in my loungewear, honey.
Yeah, that's right.
But the other thing is, if you do have to work from home, you will actually, if you get dressed, you'll be more productive. That's just a fact.
Yeah,
it really is.
Because if you live with someone else, it's you don't want to just stop caring and throw in the towel. They're seeing you too, and they still, their perception is still being altered as well, right? So if you're with your significant other, whoever that may be, or your children, they're seeing you.
They're seeing you.
It makes sense. I'm getting
people who are oh, my mom, she always, even though she was, she was a stay-at-home mom, she always was so beautiful and da-da-da-da-da. I was I'm gonna be that girl.
Love it.
You're absolutely right, Jeremy.
Love it. Well, Jada, you're incredible. And I think this is just such a cool, insightful interview because we went from, you know, clothes, and you style people and you do amazing at it, by the way. So again, if there's anyone out there listening or watching, I'll have all your contact information below, because do it once, just get some type of consultation. I've done it. I've worked with a stylist and found out I'm horribly bad at styling myself. So, you know, he took a lot of work, and, but yeah, we did a lot of the clothes clean out. We did a lot of the inventory. Like, we just talked about it. And it was just one of those things where you want to do things you've never done before in life, because that's what helps you become uncomfortable. And when you're uncomfortable, you grow. So if you want growth, you have to seek uncomfortableness. You have to seek those activities and those things that you've never done. So that'd be my suggestion. If you guys have never done any type of style thing in your life, even though you don't think it will matter at all, it does matter. Get her contact information below, check her out, reach out to her. But Jada, yeah, thank you so much for sharing this insight with us and just helping us become a better version of ourselves by the way we look.
Jeremy, thank you for having me. I truly, I don't take for granted that you allow me to be in front of such a group of badasses and cool people. And it's really, truly my pleasure, man.
Thank you so much. All right, everyone, give Jada a round of applause. Boom. Thanks, Jada. All right. Love you, girl.
See ya. Bye.